fine?
Oh, the fine, those the 5 CDs or 2 CDs, something like that. And we put you back to where you're supposed to have worked.
And you do the work?
Yes.
You won't be let off the hook after you've paid the fine.
No.
You actually go back and do the work.
You go back and do the work. Then you'll be brought to Ahimfie to come and swear that you won't do that again. It was very strict.
Okay.
I was a dictator.
Oh, were you?
Yes, complete.
You don't sound remorseful about that.
No, I like it. At a certain point when I was a kid, my daddy was a dictator. And it goes on, my teacher was a dictator. My head teacher was a dictator. Before passed through that system.
You got the work done.
You got the work done.
And today, this is the Assin Kushia we see. And there's still a lot more that the people want. And yesterday, we engaged with some of your leaders. They told us about the opportunities that they are seeking, that there's no secondary school here, there's no vocational school, and potable water is a problem. Because you've housed us so graciously, we barely noticed that the water situation is even that serious. What steps have you taken to bring Assin Kushia to the standard befitting of the town that you envisaged when you took the throne?
1 year after I had taken over Assin Kushia, nobody was drinking from River Prah.
You used to drink that water?
Yes.
And now the effects of Galamsey, we are told...
No, even before that, 1 year after I had taken over, and let's say I'm talking about 1985, 84, 85, because I brought water company. They had a test tube, went for specimen water, put some chemicals in it, and we saw creatures going like this. So I said, this is what you are drinking. They used to tell me, oh, River Prah was beautiful, delicious to drink, because the vegetation around, so it made it cool. Yeah. There was no pollution. When I was taking the midnight at River Prah to have a wash after my installation, I saw fishes swimming. I saw them with my naked eyes. Beautiful fishes. So that was what they were drinking. So I started borehole. I provided them with about 4 boreholes. And then I tried to improve on the quality of the water from borehole by getting some activated carbon and so on and so forth. It wasn't working. Luckily for me, I read in the newspaper that there was water and sanitation project. And the central region, they have the office in Cape Coast. So I went there and I managed to get them here. So we have a water station, water pump, we have tanks, and they use chemicals to purify the water. The problem that we have is management. When you have a small town like this and you are even charging, how much are you going to collect? And if you have 2 or 3 people in charge of it, you are paying them a month, the community cannot pay. So you rely on the district assembly for support, and you hardly get it. So it's been a challenge. But it's there. Everybody here in Kushia, nobody drinks from a stream or river around here. They go for that, but it's not widespread enough. And it is my hope that we will increase the catchment area to cover. Because water is life.
Driving around, we get the sense that you want the community or Assin Kushia to be self-reliant and self-sustaining. So we've seen what you've done with the fish pond, the natural fish pond that is an incredible thing. We're seeing a crocodile pond. I've only seen a crocodile pond at Paga, but now there's one at Assin Kushia. Even looking around, where are my rabbit friends? So I saw a white one, he's over there, hello. There's a black one. I've seen a number of them. What's the dream here? Where are you going with this? I've only read about castles like this in fairy tales. So you're seeing spiraling staircases, you're seeing this huge courtyard. What's going on here?
One major problem that I have in managing Owirenkyi traditional area is employment for the youth. So I have targeted tourism as what could make an effect. Because I remember I did consider a festival on one occasion, and after that, the ladies in town came to me and thanked me for the opportunity. I was wondering what opportunity, and they said, Nana, I am a kinky seller. This one said, I sell fufu. This one said, I sell rice and so on. He said, since we started this, my mother started this and I took over. I've never done such volume of sales before in my life. So I realized that visitors can make a lot of difference. So I remember when I was at the Ministry of Trade, we wanted to go on an excursion and it was Paga. And I was told that that's where we will see crocodile. I said, how possible that we have to, those in the south here, we have to go to Paga before we can see crocodiles? You must be joking. This is first year biology. So I got the machine, I dug, and I went to a friend of mine in Kipos, in the wild one. I got some crocodiles, I put them here. They survive since. We can create a lot of, there's nothing like the value of natural things is going down. When in East Africa, you can have the game park and so on. Look, if Ghana we want, we'll get an area, get a jumbo jet, get the cats, come and release them there. We've got
our own safari.
We've got our own. We've got.
And is that the vision with the zoo? That is
the vision here. So that I'm creating here. This palace is really not for me. I can sleep anywhere. Thank God, by reason of my father's training, ex-soldier, I can sleep anywhere. I don't care where I sleep. I deliberately did this to attract people to come here to create jobs for my people. So I had to get some ingredients to make it interesting for a visit.
So I'm seeing like a Rottweiler in front of this, your sanctuary, inner sanctuary there. And I'm asking myself, what's a Rottweiler doing in Assin Kushia? But then I've also seen an incorporation of several art pieces, you know, dead tree stumps. Even this tree that we are sitting under, you say is as old as the start of the construction of this palace. So there's a deliberateness there.
Yes. The Rottweiler, as you say it, we will call it a dog. It's the tradition, the symbol of Assin Kushia royalty is Abrezi, Ediana, which is a dog with fire in the mouth. That's our symbol. Okay. So you see a lot of, so when at night we have festivals and we put on the lights, you see red light coming from the mouth of the dog. These trees that roots you're talking about, I was going on inspection on some of my villages, and I saw the matches petrol about to burn them. Apparently the timber guys had been there, cut the timber away, and these are the roots. And I said, what? You can't. So I collected them, brought them here, and a local boy, sculptor, he did all this, a local boy, to show that in Ghana we can do it. It is so real. So I'm hoping that the little contribution that I'm making will set as an example for
others to follow.
Others.
When did the bins come in? You had the dream to bring, you know, everywhere should be pristine and green.
Yes.
And then you brought the litter bins.
Yes. You cannot have sanitation without providing people with bins. That's ridiculous.
How long have they been incorporated into the neat agenda?
About 30 years.
What's behind the decision to paint it with the national colors of the flag?
I'm so proud of my national colors, and I wanted people to find joy in work. So I said the only way, you know, is the practice of throwing me. I went to Saito, and I'll buy my rice and a leaf. As I'm going to school, I'm eating my rice.
You did that?
Oh, yes.
When you were still Wellington?
Yes, Wellington, Nathaniel Jonah, yes. So we all did that. And when you finish eating, the natural thing to do was to do this, throw the leaf away. In those days, it didn't matter, it would decompose. So, it was that habit of throwing that I wanted to kill. Because will not see a Ghanaian lady in the morning, she will have a bath, will look where to go to market or everywhere. We need just few directions here and there. And I was able to talk to them, and I provided them with dustbin. Sometimes I will come, that dustbin is there, but around dustbin it's rubbish. It's okay, it's okay. It's ongoing thing. Sanitation is a process. It's ongoing thing. So still we are talking to them, incinerated the rubbish. And that's where we are. By middle of this year, we will launch the tourism drive. And I'm hoping that people, school kids, and the tertiary students, and that will start coming here.
Would the palace be all the way done? I mean, I know you can probably, maybe you can tell, but maybe not. The palace is not 100% complete. So all the splendor you see, Nana is not done with us yet. There may still be a few surprises up his sleeve. He tells us that this is 85% complete.
Yes.
Are you hoping that by the time of the launch of this tourism drive, we'll be done with the works that needs to be put on?
No. Even I will make working on it attractive. If I have a sculptor here and it's working, and you come in here and you find students come and they find him using his skills, that itself is something to watch and to film. So we will open it with slight improvement, and people can come, and work in progress. No rat race. We are not rats.
It's incredible the work that you're doing, and we know that you have to leave us as soon as, because you have some other urgent matters to attend to. But jobs are a key thing for your people. What efforts are you putting into perhaps bringing a factory here? In Ghana, your surname, speaks a lot of volumes. We know that you have some connections to powerful people. Are you using these networks to bring in the jobs? That factory that people have told us they want here, because it's predominantly farming that is done here, what steps are you taking to bring these jobs closer to the people so they don't migrate to the urban centers in search of elusive white-collar jobs?
Yes. You see, in a place like this, when I became the traditional leader here, within one year, I had set up water manufacturing factory. I called it Israel. Because the road was so bad and water is very heavy, they were doing 24 hours. For the first time in their lives, some people were getting up to go and do 8 hours job. Meanwhile, I had started, there was no water, no electricity, no healthcare. I did the hospital, my own resources. I did the hospital. I had bungalows for the midwife and nurses. Government supplied the nurses and so on. The health sector, we managed that. Before that, women in labor were being managed by traditional midwives who were also priestess in their churches, and they can imagine the mortality rate. So we worked on that. And we tried the business angle with the water. It didn't work because the infrastructure wasn't there. I was using a generator, and it was not cost effective. So this is why, and then also the level of education, the place like this is so low that what sort of factory are you going to bring that will get those who are here to participate? If you are not careful,
they even qualify to work in.
That's what I'm saying. If you are not careful, you bring a factory here, and you know what? You employ people from outside. So you wouldn't have achieved your aim. That's why I decided to. Now there's some private people are coming in. I can't do all. I can't bring factories here for everybody. It can be private people, individuals are coming in. Somebody is doing Tom Brown here. Somebody started a sausage factory here. My nephew, Agyensaim, and it is coming. People are beginning to feel proud that they are from Kushia, so they are coming back trying to invest, and I'm encouraging them. And I think that the quickest one is the tourism one.
So I see that you employ a lot of locals. I think almost all the people we've spoken to say they are from here, the artisans that are working on this project. So they can do again.
Almost, I've got a lot of them have learned skills from this palace and other projects that I have done, because they came illiterate, no skill training. He wanted to be a mason, so I had a master mason from Accra to be here. So as he was building, he was training them, carpenters and that, and a lot of them have got skills out of that. A lot of them I took to Prah vocational training. They graduated and went to Ghana engineering, Army engineering department. About 3 or 4 got a job there out of that external training for them. So it has been a big challenge. I always tell my friends that in a way I'm lucky. I had raw materials. I did not inherit Kipus. I did not inherit Takrady. I inherited, I think, Kushia, which had no public amenities, nothing. It was a challenge that I faced squarely, and I was, with the help of the people, not just me, I was able to bring them this far. We're still going.
Nana,
we're still going.
Long may it continue. We see good work. We want to see it through to the very end. And we all wish we could live forever and be immortal, so that good works like you have started will be here for forever and ever. But the reality is, at some point, nature will take its course. Yes. When that time comes and there's the opportunity for the legacy that you are building to continue, is there a plan for that? What do you think would be, is there someone who will continue this neatness agenda in the next generation when you hand the baton on to the next paramount?
In future, Kushia is going to be far greater and more famous, not only by the neatness. You see, we are graduating from neatness to prettiest. I want to make Kushia the prettiest town in Africa. Then after that, I want to make
so the neatness will continue after you've joined your ancestors, and then it will become
no. Well, I ain't going yet, yes.
Oh, no, you're not going anywhere.
Right.
That's for sure.
So from neatness, we'll go to the prettiest. You can see from the roads I've started planting flowers, yellow flowers. We had the dry season, so you can see hibiscus and chrysanthemums and other flowers. They're all growing up. and they're going to flower, and you will come and it will be a wow. I started even giving some of them purple paint to paint their houses. If you've observed, purple paint houses to make it. Then from there, from neatness to prettiest and art, my last, if even I do it just for a week, to hear that Kushia people are the happiest people in Ghana.
Neatest, prettiest, happiest.
Otherwise, there was no point of me being here. There was
Nana,
no point.
What legacy, how do you want to be remembered?
I want to be remembered as a person who attempted to display possibilities. I want to be remembered as somebody who had faith in the Ghanaian, and that I have so much belief and respect in Ghanaian ability, given the opportunity, that the little opportunity that I had, I demonstrated the point. That's how I want to be remembered.
And now we know that you have to leave. Are you leaving in the chariot? The chariot is outside. If you haven't seen Nana's chariot, here it is. You should be seeing it on your screens now. We only see this when the royal family is out and about, going from point A to point B. Is this something that you actually sit in to go places?
Yeah, they say when the royal family. Which royal family?
I've seen the British royal family when
then we have royal families here too.
Okay, so the British royal family has used horse-drawn chariots.
Yes.
Gold-plated, magnificent stuff. But you brought one to Assin Kushia. Assin Kushia has a royal chariot.
Yes.
Do you use it?
Yes, I have brought it here maybe 2-3 years. I've used it maybe twice.
Okay.
Or 3 times only. You see, when you are in a leadership position, you have to strive to do unusual things. I have always been uncomfortable having human beings to carry me.
Like in a
who am I
palanquin?
in a palanquin?
Okay.
Who am I? Jesus wasn't carried, as far as my poor religious knowledge will help me conclude that. Who am I to be carried by another human being? Something that I've always, in almost my 40 years reign, I have been carried not more than 6-7 times, because I haven't been comfortable with the idea. So I looked around and I found that my cousins in England, my nieces in England, Elizabeth, God bless her soul, was not being carried and had the courage. I saw other monarchs had the courage. I said, no, look, even in the Constitution, it says that the cultural and traditional practices that could be harmful and of no value in a contemporary society
Should be done away with.
It should be done away with. And let's move forward. I don't enjoy sitting in this. I want to set an example. And me, I copy. The only thing I steal in my life is knowledge. And even that, it's not so much stealing. As a lawyer, I must be careful with my definition. I obtain permission and get it. I try to learn, copy best practices, and I'll do that even from the devil.
Once it's working elsewhere and you want the same effect,
and it will
you
work
adopt.
here. When we finish here, when you come to the palace, you see a palanquin, and you ask, what is this? If you're a foreigner, and you'll be told, this is where how we used to carry our kings. History. when I sit in that,
The
it's air conditioned, girl. It's air conditioned. It's motorized. I didn't want to use.
Can we get a ride in just 5 minutes?
You can.
One day, maybe in our next life, we'll become kings and queens.
If I show you everything, you won't come back. Next time when you come back, I will.
But was this made here, or where was this brought from?
This was brought from China. It is relatively cheap.
Okay.
It is symbolism.
The symbolism that's important.
It is symbolism. This is air conditioned. That rather uses the same cloth here. You know, it sits at the front and I'm at the back, and I say this to.
And you're waving.
Yes, and no risk of falling down. No risk. You'll be surprised. These boys, half of them, by the time they bring you up there, they're drunk. So if
we don't want Nana to end up on the ground.
If you're not careful, you find yourself on the ground. This is convenient. And it shows for me, please, people should forgive me. I think we should progress. And it shows a little bit of progress in our chieftaincy. Chieftaincy must mean something to the ordinary Ghanaian for it to survive. Its contribution, the cultural thing, the traditional thing is there. God has given, and we are practicing it. Maybe in Africa, we are one of the countries that can be proud that we have some sort of tradition and culture. And I'm very proud of my tradition and culture. Not only that, that is who I am. I am because of my culture and tradition. Fine, but we must make progress. And I think that when you come in front of the palace here, you see proverbs there. Let your people see it, film it, and let it be explained.
We've been around the castle. In fact, we were given a full palace tour, and we'll be bringing you that tour right after this segment. So we'll get to see a lot more of what Ehunabobrim is talking about. Ehunabobrim, when you see him, you will startle. That's the meaning of the title, isn't it?
The literal meaning.
The literal meaning.
Yes.
But the actual meaning?
That's me. Yeah. Do you feel any fear, any anxieties? No. It's title that I've been given, and so that really is part of the chieftaincy thing. You get it, or they know who, or this, or this, that. I had mine, and I didn't choose it. So, have you visited the tomb of the unknown slave?
We have. We have been there, and the stories are incredible. We'll bring that story to you as well once we are in Assin, which is the neatest town in Ghana. Lots of communities trying to emulate this example, led by the exemplary leader of the Owirenkyi traditional area, paramount chief for this community, and he leads the charge to make this place the neatest. He says that one day he hopes that it will be also the prettiest, and the people will be the happiest in Ghana and the world. And why not? We do have the means to do it. Nana, yaba ufie ya aye Heritage Month yenim se ya mamre ehia o ene mo pese mo chre ya ye di echire no so amamre yentimi nsore asem yi so ayemma yensre wo ema wo ni wo kromfo ene wadehye enkasa ewo mo kasemu ntinana yetie
o medase se wamama kwanya we mi kromfo de eya na me ka masamwa nte wo mo na aboa me na ya kyerɛ me so ya tete me efa amamrem ma eduru seye ekuro bia mpenfo kan mensa wo mu wo ye danya ne awobeye bia wobenya mensa wo akra wo ye mensa kakra nyina ye mensa kakra nti ya na me manen ha me pi na mo me wa reshim se sania niema ekọ no me kromfo wo mo aka ho mieye no wo mo yense no wa reshim se ye bi wa ha na me addiction ye no na ba kuhia me ba na rubber gugugugu ha kakra na say metikam Now, na kuro pa na eti say e wan na mu say mbrante mienu bi ba na ma driver ni gina na mtinti mu kuro ni I exaggerated it a bit. Wa mu say nana de na say we be o say nana nya yen yon kranfo na be yi no a forgive me kranfo o say kranfo na
as a guy representative nana says we should forgive. Let's
kranfo na be yi no a
so the people who came from Accra not necessarily
na wa mu de rubber no
mu de abeto
to am say na say wo mpa okro mu say asesai enti etria as we go along we are all learning together. I've learned a lot from them that if I hadn't been given this opportunity, I would be illiterate in a lot of aspects of my life. I don't take them for granted. I don't belittle them. I don't devalue them. I have a lot of respect for them because they have survived up to the harshness of this world. They have survived by creating things that we contemporary Ghanaians, we have never been able to create. Look at the destruction that we, especially the educated class. And so I have a lot of respect for them. And when you listen to them, you will find philosophy. You will find naked brains. It's a shame. When you don't have opportunity, it is a curse.
But once the opportunities come, the people will rise to the challenge.
They embrace it with no problem.
And deliver.
They always, in my experience.
Nana, onkwaso.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it. Se one yakasa. Webi ehanyina mayen. Bebi ni hoa wakase emayenko. On the contrary, all we keep hearing is, don't put this here. Nana will not like it. Don't put this here. Nana doesn't like this thing to be here. So obviously, a clear example is being set, and you are in the lead or leading that charge to make it possible. We are so grateful to you for making this trip possible for us and for sharing a part of your history, in the history of your people here at Assin and the entire Owirenkyi Traditional Council.